Hi guys, and welcome to today's video, which is on this lovely thing, which is, I need to double check what it is. It is the Sennheiser MKE600. Okay, it's very small on the box, but it says MKE600. Now this is a shotgun mic, as you can see here. It goes onto cameras that have XLR inputs. It goes into anything that has an XLR input, so you can basically use it for recording sound onto a digital sound recorder. You can pretty much put it into anything, and the reason for getting this is because the camera I've got doesn't actually have a onboard microphone system. Now the reason is because it gives you the option to add secondary audio, which is of better quality, so hence why I've got one of these. I could just put the Rode VideoMicro Pro, or this lavalier mic that I'm using, into the mic port. There was a couple of issues with using the mic port on the actual camera. The camera in question is the Canon C300, and you don't have an onboard mic, so you have to use a different source. And when I was testing, I wasn't getting the right levels, and I was getting a lot of noise, so I just decided to get this instead, which is what I needed anyway. The VideoMicro Pro would have been a bit more easier to use, I guess, but it's also it will also mean that I'm going to be doing a lot of post-processing. So there you have it. So what we want to do now is to get this bad boy open, and we're going to test it against this Sennheiser. Sorry, I shouldn't do that. So the Sennheiser microphone I've got on right now, and I've got the Shure SM58 ready to go, and we'll test this straight after that, so you can be the judge of which one is better. Now there will be a small change in audio, maybe a slightly bigger change in audio when I put in this particular microphone. Now the Shure SM58 is about maybe a meter away from me, and I will bring it in closer, and then I will bring this in closer to about maybe about 6 to 9 inches, roughly this distance. And yeah, hopefully you can get an idea of how it sounds. Now I'm going to do some audio processing, as I've got a lot of things running on in the background. I'm uploading a video at the moment to YouTube. Yeah, let's just get straight into it. So here is the box. It's a pretty decent box, to be honest with you. Oop, ow. Okay, so it's one of these that they hang onto shelves and stuff in music stores, and it's got multi-language not instructions. It's got multi-language features there, and then it's got the pickup pattern here. So now this is a super cardioid, I think it is. It doesn't say. Why doesn't it say? If you have a look at the pickup pattern there, it's a cardioid microphone, and it uses 48 volts of phantom power, and I'm going to be connecting this into my mixer board, which currently has the Shure SM58, but the Shure SM58 isn't actually using phantom power because it's a dynamic mic, so there's less noise coming through. The only thing that comes through is my voice. Alright, so I gotta keep that off. Okay, so this is the first thing that you see, is a manual in many languages. You get a carry case, which is a bit padded, so it's not too bad. And then if I remove the styrofoam, it's got that nice new styrofoam and box smell. So we first have a mic holder with a hot shoe mount, or a cold shoe mount should I say. It has a wind muff, and then wow, it's actually nice and like tough feeling. It's metal, it's all metal, and it kind of feels light on one side, but I guess that's because there's no battery in this. So this actually does take a battery as well as phantom power. So just stick a AA in there. Shall we do that now? Let's keep the camera theme going by some really cheap Kodak batteries. Okay, so these are the lightest batteries I have. So plug that in, screw it back into place. Like I say, it feels really strong, and it also feels really well made, because obviously it's just brass, and what you'll see is that it's got the XLR connections just there, so that's going to go into my XLR cable and then into my mixer, and then it's got a I can't remember what these are called now. So this is the low pass filter. So at the moment it's just straight. Now when I go into like a windy environment, or noisy environment plus / windy environment, I just need to flick that to the down position. So you see the curve that goes from the bottom to the top, and that will basically cut out, or try to cut out, as much wind noise as it can by, I can't remember what it actually does, but I think the graph first shows you what it does. It just removes the low end on the actual sound, and then obviously the on off button, so it turns on and then it turns straight off. So you're never really going to know if it's actually recording unless you look at your screen on your camera. So currently you're listening to the Sennheiser wireless microphone system, and if you bear with me a moment, I will switch over to the Shure. Okay guys, so now we've got the Shure SM58 plugged in. It's plugged into the mixer board, and the levels that I've got on there at the moment are the levels that I would normally use for the Canon 80D, and I think that the levels that I have currently are pretty decent, and there isn't that much more processing that I'll do after editing the video. So as you can hear, it's actually pretty decent. It's nice, loud, clear. I can see the volume level bars working properly, and I'm getting just under 12 dB, and yeah, it's looking good. And from that I can be confident enough to know that my audio is actually pretty decent, regardless of what I say or talk about on camera. The actual audio is going to be bang on. Okay guys, so now it's time to move to the Sennheiser MKE600, but for that I also need to turn on phantom power. Okay guys, so this is the MKE600, and I'm sure you can tell now that I'm considerably louder. This microphone now is actually a lot more hotter than this, so basically I need to tone it down a bit and see what I can do. I'm currently hitting minus 6 dB. Okay guys, so I just started editing. Sorry for the extreme close-up, but I started editing, and then I realized I didn't actually check the sound levels, and I just looked at the volume meter, and all that showed me was that it was going up to minus 6 dB, and the sound is actually very distorted. So I plugged the mic back in, and now I'm recording at I think halfway, and my volume on the mixer is like a quarter. Now I'm going to pop this part of the video back in, but so far I'm really liking the SM58. I don't know what I did, but it sounded a lot better, and I didn't really need to do too much tweaking to it. Just raised it to -3 dB, and then I just added the hard limiter to -1.